Hi everyone, so today we're going to be focusing on vulnerability through the Arabic lens. So what's vulnerability? Vulnerability is being exposed to the possibility of being attacked or harmed either physically or emotionally. And being Arab, we are usually protected from vulnerable situations for two reasons. The first reason being our parents. They usually protect us. We're very sheltered compared to the rest of the region. They usually try to protect us from situations where we could be hurt, and they want the best for us, and they try very hard to kind of make our lives as perfect and as easy as possible. And second is because when we as individuals go out there in the world, we don't represent ourselves as individuals only. We also represent our family, our upbringing, our background, our last name, and so we hold ourselves to a higher standard. So there's this facade or mask of this is me and this is the best me possible, and it's not just me that I'm talking about or showing you when you interact with me, but it's also my dad, and it's also my mom, and it's also my family in the background. And because of those things, sometimes we risk the opportunities vulnerability gives us, which is asking for help, sharing how we really feel when we're struggling, and putting ourselves out there and asking for help. And there are three reasons why we as a region don't ask for help. لأن فشلة, لأن what are they going to think of me? Or because they, dude, Tarayna, I could do it on my own, I don't need anyone's help. And yeah, that's true, you probably could do it on your own, but what usually ends up happening is instead of your journey being shorter and more efficient, you make it really long and painful, and then sometimes so painful that you might even give up on your journey. And you're not using your resources correctly. So let me give you an example. Let's say I'm a newbie interior designer and I know this amazing interior designer that has clients coming out of their ears, and I don't know how to get a client. Instead of just stalking their Instagram and figuring out the magic concoction, just go and say, hey, I'd like to set up a meeting with you. I need help. I don't know how to get clients. And instead of thinking that you're dumb or you're lazy, usually those people that you go to and you interact with and you ask for help usually think that you're motivated, you're gutsy, and not only do you get help through through their life journey when they talk to you, you usually also end up getting a mentor because now they care about what you're doing. لأن you connected as well. So they'll say, wow, that's amazing, give me updates. And that's why asking for help is so important. So be vulnerable and ask for help. Sharing how we feel when we're struggling emotionally, mentally. And the reason why we usually don't share those things is because we care what people think. لأن عيب. لأن we don't want other people to share how we're feeling to other people as gossip. And you know what happens. And so what we risk doing when we don't put ourselves in the vulnerable stage of sharing how we feel is alienating ourselves and not connecting or developing strong relationships with the people around us, whether family, friends, or your husband or your wife. So yes, all of the reasons that we had before are super valid, and you will find those people where you share how you feel and you put yourself in a vulnerable state, and they take all of that information and make it into juicy gossip that they share with other people. What you do when that happens is you filter those people out of your life. So use that as your filtration system, right? And then what you end up doing is, number one, connecting with people that are looking out for you and that have your best interest at heart, and then two, making your circle of friends really, really strong. So then Allah layqula, when you're in a situation where you really need that support, you know you have that support and you know you can count on those people. And number three, you feel less alone. You feel like you have a support system, and your struggles usually feel a lot less when you have other people that are helping you go through them as well. Putting yourself out there. And the reason why people usually don't want to be put in that vulnerable situation is لأن يما. It's super scary. We care about what people think. This is like a motif for Arab society. And what if we fail? all three valid reasons as usual. But what usually ends up happening is when you focus on the fear and the scaredness, you usually miss the opportunity of success. You miss the opportunity of doing something that you love, something that will enrich your life and make you happier. And trust me when I say the benefits outweigh the risks. When you put yourself out there and you do the things that you want to do, yeah, in the beginning it might be a bit scary, but you become happier and the what ifs go away because you're actually doing it and you learn a lot. And then instead of living your life kind of at 80% or 70%, you're living life 100% because you're doing everything that you want to do. And by the way, people aren't looking for you to fail, right? That's why when we watch a performance and the person is not doing well, we're all cringing inside, not because we feel bad for them, but because we want them to do well. So trust me, everyone's always wanting you to succeed. So put yourself out there.